So last time I showed Amy and Foxy my videos from the White Rhino Conservation Project in South Africa, and let's just say they were not impressed by giraffes. But there was one part of the trip I saved for today because I had a feeling it might actually get their attention. The working dogs, the anti-poaching dogs. Let's see if these two finally sit up and listen. So while I was out there, I didn't just see rhinos and antelopes. I met some very serious colleagues of the girls. Dogs whose entire job is to protect the reserve. I showed them the training footage first and immediately something shifted. Amy's ears went up. Foxy actually stopped and looked interested because unlike the giraffes, this they understood instantly. This was about dogs, working with purpose. That apparently is universally interesting if you're a Dachshund, especially if your entire job is to look cute and beg for food. So I went on to explain what these dogs actually do because it's honestly remarkable. Anti-poaching dogs are trained for a few very specific jobs. Some are tracker dogs, so they follow the scent of poachers who've entered the reserve illegally. Sometimes hours or even a full day after they pass through. And some are more apprehension dogs. Fast, powerful, trained to safely catch up and hold a fleeing suspect until a human anti-poaching team can arrive. I told Amy and Foxy that the tracker dogs are usually breeds like Belgian Malinois or Bloodhounds, noses built for exactly this kind of long-distance, high-stakes scent work. Foxy looked very personally offended that nobody asked a Dachshund to apply. I had to explain that her nose is, in fact, excellent. It's just that her legs would make crossing 20 kilometres of African bush a little more challenging. What struck me most watching them train was the obedience. These dogs work off voice commands and hand signals, often from quite a distance, and they respond instantly. No hesitation, no sniffing off after a bird, just focus. And that discipline isn't an accident. It's the result of months and years of consistent reward-based training. The handlers built an enormous amount of trust with these dogs. It's not about fear or punishment, it's about partnership. The dogs need to want to work with the handler because out in the field, in real conditions, in real danger, that bond is what keeps both of them and the rhino safe. I tried explaining the concept of listening on command, like stopping barking on command to Foxy and Amy, but they see it more of a polite suggestion than a command. They did not appreciate the comparison. The girls pointed out that they are not allowed to bite other people. This was also very true. But here's the part that really matters and the part I wanted the girls to understand properly. These dogs are doing something that generally saves lives, rhino lives. Poaching teams that enter a reserve at night, often armed, can be detected and tracked far faster by a dog than by a human patrol alone or drones. A trained tracker dog can pick up a poacher's trail and close the distance dramatically, turning what might have been a multi-day search into something resolved in hours. That speed matters. Every hour a poaching team spends undetected inside a reserve is an hour closer to a rhino being killed for its horn. And it's not just about catching people in the act. There are other detection dogs working at ports, airports, and border crossings to intercept rhino horn, ivory, and firearms before they even leave the country. I explained to the girls that given white rhino numbers even dropped as low as 30 individuals in South Africa at one devastating low point, every single layer of protection counts. These dogs are one of the most effective layers there is. They're faster than vehicles in rough terrain, they can work at night, and a poacher simply cannot outrun or outthink a dog's nose. Foxy seemed to take this very seriously. She sat up straight. I think for the first time this whole series she genuinely respected a dog that wasn't a Dachshund. I also told them about the relationship the handlers have with these dogs off duty because it's not all work. They are loved, well cared for dogs with proper rest, proper vet care, and a real bond with the handler. It's a working partnership built on respect, not dogs being used as tools. The reserve I visited takes that seriously and is part of why I wanted to support them in the first place. Amy wanted to know if the dogs get treats for good behavior. Yes, Amy, they absolutely do when they are young, but they get their rewards through tugged plays. The handlers always have their toys in their pocket. She found this very strange. Why work for a silly toy and no treats? So there you have it. Amy and Foxy's verdict on anti-poaching dogs. Extremely good boys and girls who are clearly doing the most important job. If you'd like to support the conservation work, including the training and care of these incredible dogs, I've linked the registered charity details in the description below. I saw firsthand how seriously they take both the animals and the people doing this work, and it's a cause generally worth backing. Thanks so much for watching. If you've got a dog who is as well trained as these anti-poaching dogs, let me know in the comments. See you in the next video.